What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame River 4. In this video we are going to be doing issue 33, the right rear leaf spring. So you want to make sure that you've got all your pieces. These are going to be the pieces that you want to have, and make sure you've got them out. We're going to pop them out of the bag. We will do a parts check off, and then we will go through the build straight away. So remember to just check your parts off, and then we can carry on. So see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, now that all the pieces are out, we have got the screws over here out the way for the moment. We will continue to build onto this. So I don't know if you watched us when we did the left leaf spring, but we are now going to be doing the right rear leaf spring. You do need to make sure you've got these round the right way. I will double check, because last time the magazine was wrong on this leaf spring, so I want to make sure that we get it round the right way this time. So I'm going to just test fit it onto the vehicle itself, so that looks absolutely fine that way round. So with the bottom section, we need to make sure we fit these two parts on the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make all this up, fast forward through, and just show you where they went and how they went in. Okay, so I'm just going to go do that now. So guys, there you have it. So figure A is when you put the two LM screws through either side here. So you put an LM screw through here and an LM screw through there, with that section hanging at the bottom like that. And then on the other side, you want to put 33B on one side, which is RO on this side. And then this side, 33C, is all held together by a big PM screw that goes through there, out the other side, and then screws into this section, so it looks a little bit like that on that side. So that is how that should look at the end of that page. Right, so the next thing we need to do, we need to make up this little shock section again here. So we want 33F, which is this piece of the shock, and then inside there we just need to place the spring. So just pop that in there, and then this little shock absorber here will just go into that. And then there is a cutout on the side here there. So when you push that in and compress it, you want to just make sure you get the little screw into there. So you want a BM screw that will hold that all into place. So I'm just going to go grab my BM screw, because when you're compressing this down, you want to make sure you get this screw in straight away. So as I said, if you can do it with one hand, just to compress it, make sure that it's in line. You do need to make sure that you can see where the screw is going to go into. If you can't see where the screw is going to go into, then you're going to have some troubles. So you just push that in, and then that just screws into there. And then you just do it up, because you don't want to do it up too tight, because all it is doing is holding that shock into place. So just do that up enough so that it can go up and down. And then when you're happy with it, it should go up and down like that. Right, so once you've done that, you do need to just then attach it to the vehicle. So we will go and do that now. Again, I'm going to try and do it so you guys can see what's going on. As you can see, I still have my towel underneath, so I don't ruin anything on the model itself. We will be working this side of it. So I'm going to try and bring it over so you can at least see. So the shock absorber goes here, and then on the inside there's a QM screw. So the opposite side of this is a QM screw holding that all into place. Right, so now we're going to just put it back up on its back again, and then we're going to just turn it around this way, and hopefully be able to show you guys as we go along. Let's bring you back down again a little bit. Oops. Straighten up. So hopefully there is enough for you to see what's going on. Right, now that we've done that and that is into place, we just need to line everything up with the leaf spring itself. So we're just going to pop that in how it should go. But the best way to do it is to just have the magazine around the way showing how everything is in place. So you need to pop that. That needs to go over the top of that itself. So that just goes over this and sits down into place there, which is fine. And then that sits over this back section here, like so, and we can just sort that out and line all that up when we need to. So there you go. Right, so now that we're happy with that, what we need to do now is see what it wants us to do. You just need to put that into position for now. You will need to go and take 33E, which is this section here, and then this sits in quite strange how it goes in, because it kind of holds everything together. But you just need to make sure you get it in right. So that just sits over the top of there like that. And then there is a screw that goes into here and here, but we'll go through that in a second. So you want to make sure there's an NM screw that goes through this into the actual rear, the rear section there. So I'm going to go grab an NM screw. So that's November Mike NM. That's quite a big hefty screw. And then that will go through the center there and then hold all of this together here. So I'm just going to quickly pop that in there now. If it's going in nicely, then you know you're on the right track, because you know you're not cross-threading anything. Everything feels good. I'm just going to go up with my next screwdriver there, just to make sure. This is the one that actually came with the kit. It's the only one I've been able to manage to use. And then on the inside, you need to put an RM screw. So it's quite a flat screw, and that goes on the inside. Just going to see what part of the section that holds together. So that holds this top section together here, which is just up there. So I'm just going to tilt it up and just pop that screw in. Okay, that one is now into place under there, holding that section of it in. We just need now to turn the magazine and see what else we have. So the one where the shock absorber was put into place is a CM screw. So we need to go grab the CM screw and just pop that in as well. So we're going to go do that now, so that we have the CM screw in and into place. You just need to make sure that the shock is all lined up when it goes in, and then just screw that down nicely. Just don't over tighten it. There we go. I'm just going to double check with this one. We still need to attach it to the body of the car, but you can see that it's got a nice spring to it, how it should do if it was on a real car. So I'm really happy with how that's coming along. Right, so the next thing it wants us to do is put a PM screw in. So that's one of those really long screws that has to go through this body and out the other side. So that's why we don't put the bracket on the exhaust or attach the exhaust jet, because it is in the way. So the best thing to do is lift the exhaust up and put it in underneath. And then you just have to make sure it's in line before you can do that. So you just have to line it all up. And then lift the exhaust up and then put the screw into place. It takes a lot of lining up to do it, but you can do it. It's really, really easy once it starts to go through. So you might have to just start it off and then it'll go through like that. And then you have to make sure it lines up on the other end and then screws into the other section as it comes out the other end. You'll soon tell when it starts to nip up, and it will hold it all into place. So there you go. So that is now the screws going through there on that side, going through and then attaching to this side to hold all that into place. So what it's asking us to do after that is asking us underneath to put an IP screw through, which is why I said there's so many screws in this one, and that holds the exhaust into place as well. So that is going to hold the exhaust section. So this exhaust was not attached until it is going to be attached now. So there, we just need to put the IP screw in. I'm just going to lift it up and then place that underneath here. Hold that down. Let's try and do this so you can see. Right, so that exhaust now there is held in and is not going anywhere because it's held in by the IP screw underneath. We will now need to go get this infamous bracket here, and we're going to put that on and put a BM screw to hold that together. So I'm just going to grab a BM screw. My magnetic screwdriver likes to bring all the screws with it at once, so it's never really that easy. And then that should slide over there like so, clip into place and sit there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this magazine so I can pull this over, and then we need to just put this screw into there. Okay, so now that's holding the exhaust bracket. Brackets holding the exhaust into place that doesn't go anywhere. We still get to build quite a lot onto this because obviously we're just finishing up on some bits. So we now need to attach to 33F the 32H's, which are the pipes. So you might be able to see that. It's going to be quite difficult. I'm going to have to lean over. So again, I'm just going to push through the ends here to make sure they're open and easier to put on. I'm just going to do the second one now. And then they just need to go onto that shock absorber, which is just there, which is on there, and then that one just goes on the top there. Again, you probably won't be able to see very well. I'm going to bring you up close, guys, so you can see it properly. That just goes onto there like so. And once you've done that, you then need to put on your last one of these, which we had in the last one. The short one will go up onto here, which you can't see at the moment, but you will be able to. And then the long one just goes on the opposite side. But again, what I'm going to do before I get myself in a muddle, I'm just going to put the magazine over here and push through the ends so that they're easier to put on. That's all now into place, and then that's just going to sit there for now until we get the wheel in the next issue. But I'll bring you over now, guys, because that's all we need to do for that, and then show you what it looks like up close. So just to show you guys what we just did, I will use the tweezers this time to show you. So with the suspension, where we put on those pieces, so the screw went into here and then on there, that held that section. So that holds the shock into place, that holds it to the rear axle. And then down here we had the screw that went underneath, so you have to make sure that that's underneath there. With the exhaust section, there is that piece there, that's held in and screwed in just underneath there, so that goes under there so that doesn't move. And then we had to put that bracket on at the end there, as you can see, and that is where that screw goes, just in the bottom there. So that's the BM screw which went in just there. And then we had to put those pipes on. So the pipes here, they just trailed through there. And as you can see, they're a little bit kinked up, but they should sort themselves out, I hope. They came up through there. And then they just went onto the back of the shock, which is just there and there. So they go on there. And then the ones that are on the back of this hub there, they are just going through there. And then one goes up here and onto there, which goes onto that one. The other one trails underneath there, goes up there, and then just sits onto that one there. So once you've done that, guys, this should be your end result before you get your last wheel. This is what it should look like. So there we are. Just bring a little bit of brightness on for it. We're going to go right back to the other camera and we'll finish this video up. So guys, as you can see, we have built up nearly this complete back section here, which is actually really great and really cool. They haven't asked us to do anything with these bits yet, so I'm not too sure what's going to happen to those. Maybe there's something goes in there at a later date, but we'll figure that out. So now that we've had it, it should look like this. I'm just going to bring the magazine back over and have a quick look at what we're going to do in the next issue. So in the next issue, it looks like we're only going to be doing the right rear wheel and tyre, but it's going to be enough for us to finish the model off. So I can't wait to do that with you guys. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe just by clicking the button just down here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So thanks for your support. Bye bye.